So was there a village site at Spanish Hill? Well, there was one found in 1933, but you know, Ted gave me something from the Perkins book that I had never seen. It was the appendix. That was the lady who was collecting all the settler stories. And you know, they knew there was something there. They had found a hearth there even back in her time. It wasn't until 1933, when Ellsworth Cowles came along, that they actually uncovered the whole size of what that was, the whole outer palisade line. And if you look here, I don't know if you see these little dots here? Do you see these circles in the earth? Can you see those? Here? You know what those are? Yeah, you know, you put a log in the ground, right? You put a log in the ground, and that rots away, and all that's left is where it was in the ground. And so what he was doing is he was trying to follow those circles to see where that palisade line went, where those logs lined up to make the wall around the village. This, by the way, is our friend Dick Cowles, who couldn't make it tonight, and he's now 86 years old. And this is Ellsworth, whose collection you see out there alongside Ted's in the first case. This is just some of his description, and I only do this so that you can get a basic idea of what was going on there. He says, as for the rectangular palisade just southwest of the hill, my work was done there over a single 2-week vacation period, on many weekends and on holidays from work. The investigation of the site was far from being completed. Enough was done to establish the outline of the palisade, its gateway, the fact that it had an inside parapet around the top, and that the palisade logs probably averaged 17 to 18 feet above the ground. How did he know that? One of those logs fell over, so he could follow it out and see where it was in the ground. Here's a better picture of those post moons.
That was right on top?
No, this was down at the base, thank you. The village site is actually a different site. It was actually found at the base. Thank you for catching me on that. It would have been located on the southwest side, down on the flats, not on the top. One of the hearths. And he talks about this one because it was way too close to the palisade line. You see that? So he figured one or the other was there before the other and not at the same time. It would have burnt down your logs. This is one of those things that everybody likes to talk about. Note the hat there. It gives you some sense of size. This is that effigy hearth that they always talk about. Whoopsies. And you notice how it's got these two hearths near it, so probably fire was involved. And if Dick were here, he'd tell you a story about the Viilage Site and how other ones were found like this. And by the time Richie came and looked at this, he'd had enough of this. So there's a little bit of discrepancy on this as well. But what he does say is that these rocks that were found here in this shape weren't normal rocks to have been found anywhere near this area, and that they had to be brought in. What he said was also the south wall was too close, I just said, near the gateway to an effigy horned animal, fire platform laid out with coconut-sized granite boulders. A 6-inch argillite blade still lay in the neck area, and a small pit inside the horned circle was filled with ashes. A 6-inch blade was still in the throat of whatever this was, or in this, and he thought it was the throat of this effigy animal. Story goes, Elsie Murray walked up and took one look at it. She said, "Why, Ellsworth, I think you found a quiz."
What?
A quiz, which was like a mythological beast that came out at night and killed everybody.
That's a
It's
massive
a big horned animal. Yeah, it could have been, folklore that came down from the days when they, the mastodons or the mammoths walked, whatever. Other people say it's an elk.
Can't hear you very
No?
No.
Can you hear me now? Can you hear me, Dora? Okay.
Turn your back.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry. Is that better?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm sorry. I think that's pretty incredible that an argillite blade would have been found in the throat, and the argillite is really predates flint, so it goes way back from when people would have been using that type of material for a blade.